President Bala Tinubu administration is in a celebratory mood. They believe that they have won the propaganda war on the battle of hearts and minds pertaining to the issue of Christian genocide in Nigeria. The administration is beating its chest that it has been able to convince the world that there is no Christian genocide. And the man that they sent out to lead in that propaganda war of convincing hearts and minds around the world that there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria has returned home triumphantly. And you're going to see him in this video talking about the exploit he has made in winning hearts and minds, and telling the world or telling Nigerians that the world is on the side of the Nigerian government right now, that anywhere you bring out the issue of Christian genocide, that nobody listening to you anymore, because the world have accepted the position of the Nigerian government. That was somebody giving himself or marking his own script. But what he doesn't understand is that the world has gone beyond that, and that it doesn't matter what the world think about you. It is what the key people in the world think about a situation that will be what will prevail in a situation like this. Now, we're going to watch the video of the man that they sent out to convince the world, Bala. Listen to him. Watch.
And I am Femi Akonde. Let's begin. Ladies and gentlemen, Bala, fresh from the global press, defending the country and helping set the right narrative or counter this global narrative against Nigeria. Now, this global engagement that you were tasked with by President Bola Tinubu, how far is it going? Because we've seen here in Nigeria that the president has also constituted a committee headed by the National Security Advisor to interface with the United States. So how far so far, and how successful, I should ask?
Yeah, very successful, and thank you for having me, and good evening to the viewers. We have made so much of progress that now the subject of whether it is Christian genocide or not is no longer fashionable. I mean, if you say it, nobody will want to listen, because we have been able to prove in all of our media engagement, global media engagement, and the Western world had to do their fact checks. I remember Reuters did their fact check, BBC did that, CNN and a couple of them. They asked some of the multinational organizations and non-governmental organizations in Nigeria to give them the facts report about the crisis in Nigeria over time. And then based on the fact checking that they have done, they came to the conclusion that there is no genocide of Christians, because you have people being killed across all platforms. In fact, 4 days ago with Sky, I was in London with Sky News, they brought out a data that I didn't even know. And the data showed that more Muslims were killed than that. So we as government, we never from the beginning try to look at it from the point of view of how many Christians are killed, how many Muslims. It's a mundane conversation. We are concerned that the Nigerian people are being killed and we're finding solutions. It is when this disinformation started coming, in order for you to set the record, then you have to counter that. But our focus is not about whether it is Christians or Muslims. We know that the responsibility of government is to preserve the lives and the property of the people. And I can tell you that the global media is on our side, but I know we need to do a little more work on the MAGA-based media in the United States of America.
So you didn't engage with the MAGA-based media, and I know you're talking about Fox and their likes.
Yeah, we did with one. Fox reported, but we have quite a couple of them that we are going to have. You see, the MAGA-based media, apart from Fox, which is a legacy media, majority of them are online platforms like podcast media. They shape the thinking of the president, because that was actually the campaign that brought the movement for him. So he listened to them. The 2 times the president called and then spoke against Nigeria, the first one was he was Air Force One. He was watching the Fox News, and then he did that. And then recently he called in. And then some of these like Steve Bannon is his strategist. If you look at Tucker Carlson, one of his frontliners, you have Candace Owens. you quite a number. Lately, even Fuentes, is part of the movement. So we are taking it in our second, phase of.
That was Daniel Bala, the special assistant to the president on public communication or policy communication, boasting that the mainstream media in the world is now on the side of the Nigerian government. That if you go anywhere now and talk about Christian genocide, that people don't listen to you. But that's a lie. And I will show you why it is a lie. It is a lie in the sense that winning the hearts and minds of the mainstream media around the world, like the CNN he was talking about, Reuters, BBC, doesn't mean that you have captured the hearts and minds of the whole country or the whole world. This is because in the next video you're going to watch, you are going to see that protests have already started around the world against Christian genocide in Nigeria. You're going to see clips of videos in Spain, protests in Nigerian embassy. You're also going to see those who are preparing for a protest in Washington against Christian genocide in Nigeria. Now, coming to the issue of that the mainstream media around the world, the CNNs of this world, the BBC, the Reuters, that they are on the side of the Nigerian government. Now, these are not the media that Donald Trump has any respect for. Donald Trump is the main man on this issue, and he sees the CNN, the BBCs of this world, the Reuters, and others as fake news media. As I'm talking to you now, even the CNN is careful with Donald Trump because he's planning to sue the hell out of them if they go ahead with their fake news and say anything or doctor any report that he did not make. Already, he's suing the BBC for billions of dollars for doctoring his statement he made when he was president in his first term. So these people are not the people that matters. It is what Donald Trump thinks about. And Donald Trump strongly believes that what is going on in Nigeria is Christian genocide. And that is where it matters most. Because where Donald Trump stands is where the winning side has to be. If there is any side that could be said to be winning side or the losing side. This is because if you watch Donald Trump, the side he belongs to is the side that has been winning since he came back as president. United Nations, the whole world was against Israel. But Trump was with Israel. And Trump and Israel prevailed against Hamas, despite the majority of the world being on the side of Hamas and the Palestinians. Okay, look at what is happening in Ukraine. It is only Trump that is likely to bring solution to the Ukraine-Russia war. When it happens, when peace will be established between these two countries, Russia and Ukraine, Trump is likely to be the person that will solve it, not the European Union, not the United Nations. Okay, so this is just to show you how important he is. And if you listen to what Daniel Bala was saying there, he mentioned some of the media organizations he had already visited, including the Sky, that even showed him a data I had never seen. But when he asked him, what about he said the MAGA. What is the MAGA media he was talking about? The MAGA media he's talking about is, MAGA means Make America Great Again. Now, in the MAGA media, he said he had gone to Fox. They have gone to Fox. But you can see that he wasn't excited about going to Fox. Why? Because Fox is a pro-Donald Trump media organization that helped him to come to power in 2016 and was with him as a return. Okay? He is a mainstream media. But Fox is a mainstream media. But Daniel Bala didn't talk much about Fox, because Fox is where they ask him the hard questions. Unlike the CNN and BBC that were giving him softball questions. And then he was talking about that he had been able to see that is now the next stage of his campaign is to go and see the MAGA media, going to see the online media, going to see Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and others who are in the MAGA media. Okay, but one thing he failed to understand, maybe he's not aware of latest happening. If he's aware, he would have known that Trump has already fallen out with Tucker Carlson. He has already fallen out with Candace Owens. Why? Because these people that supported Trump in coming back to power are now exhibiting sentiments that are anti-Israel and are anti-Jews. These people now are anti-Israel and anti-Jew. And when you are anti-Israel and anti-Jew, you can't be in the same page with Donald Trump. So Donald Trump don't give a damn about Candace Owens. Donald Trump don't give a damn about Tucker Carlson. So Daniel Bwala can go to Washington, can go to US and meet with all these podcasters. But Trump don't pay them attention anymore because they have derailed since they turned against Israel. They have derailed. So Trump don't pay them attention. He has no... Candace Owens is having a problem with the president of France. She was thinking that Trump is going to help him out. Trump refused to help her out. That's how bad it is. So the idea that when he go to see the MAGA, they will just go and spend taxpayers' money to go and do all those in America. But he won't achieve anything. What will achieve something is the battle for the hearts and minds. It is the battle to win over Trump. Until Trump is convinced that there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. And that will be a big task. Don't forget, even before this Christian genocide saga, Trump was the president that imposed CPC on Nigeria, country of particular concern, when he was during his first term. So what did he see when he classified Nigeria as a country of particular concern in his first term? And now what he's seeing. So that's the big job for them to do, to be able to convince anybody that they have won the battle for the hearts and minds of Americans and then the rest of the world. But before to show you an example that despite their boast that the media is now on the side of Nigerian government, that there is no Christian genocide. There's a demonstration that happened in the Nigerian embassy in Spain. There's one they are planning for Washington. As only recently, there was another protest in the office of the BBC in London, protesting that they were reporting wrong things about genocide in Nigeria, that their report that there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria is biased. Okay, that's just to show you how far. But first of all, watch the demonstrations. When we come back, we talk about it. Watch.
Aid to the country. Other countries, they're demanding action too now. In Madrid, protesters gathered outside the Nigerian embassy this weekend, calling for more intervention from international aid organizations and governments.
We as Christians, we're standing on behalf of Christians, representing Nigerian Christians. Please save the lives of Christians.
Unión Africana, de la Organización de las Naciones Unidas, del Consejo de Europa y de la Unión Europea acciones inmediatas y contundentes para terminar con esta violación sistemática de los derechos humanos, especialmente de la libertad religiosa. Para terminar, y antes de dar la palabra a otros intervinientes para oír su testimonio, os pido unos instantes de silencio para recordar y elevar nuestra plegaria por los asesinados, por los desplazados, por los secuestrados, por las mujeres violadas o esclavizadas y por quienes han cometido todo tipo de atrocidades por odio a la religión.
Just got through security, getting to the terminal at the San Antonio airport, flying to Washington, D.C. for tomorrow's Stop the Genocide rally. If you're anywhere in the near area of Washington, I hope you'll make it tomorrow. We really need a strong show of force. We need our voices to be heard. There's so much evil, so much death and displacement happening in Nigeria. We need the U.S. Congress and government to really step up and follow through on the promise of intervention to stop the genocide, restore the displaced, and
clips of videos
Nigeria
showing you
again.
demonstration or protest in front of Nigerian embassy in Madrid, Spain, protesting against Christian genocide in Nigeria, that Nigerian Christians are being killed and that the world should do something about it. They were speaking in French. They were speaking in Spanish. Then the last clip you saw was that of Mark Arnold, an American citizen who was in Nigeria not long ago, invited by the National Security Advisor and Reno Omokri to dispel the notion of Christian genocide in Nigeria. He carried out an investigation with his team, and they delivered their verdict where they confirmed that what is going on in Nigeria is Christian genocide. In the video clip you saw, he was heading to Washington, D.C., where they are going to protest in favor of Nigerian Christians and against the denial by the Nigerian government that there is no Christian genocide in the country. So that's an indication that not everybody is buying into the story that Daniel Bala and co are selling, that there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. Like I said earlier, what matters most is what Donald Trump thinks. And Donald Trump, as far as we have seen so far, is on the side of the Nigerian Christians who have cried out to America that America should intervene and come and help the country deal with the issue of insecurity or terrorism. I don't know what you think about the boast by the Nigerian government that it has been able to convince the world that there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria, and that the mainstream media, the major medias around the world, are on their side. But ordinarily, you would have thought that what they should be concerned about is to stop the killings. It doesn't have to be a question of whether the mainstream media in the world is on your side or not. What is important is that Nigerians should not be killed. After all, the responsibility, the number one responsibility of every government, which is also enshrined in our Constitution, is that the protection of lives and property should be the preeminent position, the preeminent duty of any leader, of any administration in this country. It is to protect lives and properties. And if you are able to do that, I think you have solved half of the problem of the country. It's not a question of who was able to convince the world. That matters, as far as I can see it, is to stop the killing. And it is because the Nigerian government has failed to stop the killing. That's why Donald Trump is giving ultimatum that if they fail to stop the killers, then America may have to come in, gun a blessing to stop the killers. I don't know what to think about the government boast that they have defeated, that they have won the hearts and minds of the mainstream media around the world, that there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. But like I said, it is what Trump says, what he thinks is the most important. That is the biggest battle they have to fight to win the heart and mind of Donald Trump. They are yet to do that. So they are celebrating too early. That's my take. But whatever is your position, let's hear from you at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.